because I moved him a little toward the back because we still have his front legs, remember, they have to go on, and then his back legs go on and come out. So these are his back legs. So they're supposed to go on like this. Okay. We can even do them this way. I think I want them at an angle. And then his front legs go on. And they're going to go on here on the front. They're just going to kind of sit up against his, come out a little bit there. Okay, and I may cut these off at an angle as well so that they look like hooves when I get to covering them, which I haven't gotten to yet. We're going to get royal icing down here. So in front of the board underneath here where you can actually see the board, we're putting grass and frosting down there. So don't worry, we don't need a border there or anything like that. But we are going to have to put his hooves on. So let's go ahead and get the hooves. We're actually doing them out of yellow. He's painted his hooves gold. So we can do it out of brown and paint his hooves gold like we're supposed to do. So, because that's what he's done, because he wants to look like a unicorn. So let's go ahead and we'll get a light brown. Okay, and we're going to freeform cut it. Now what we need for hooves is we need just a thin stripe. So I've got my cutter here for those of you that are worried about freehanding it like I am. Okay, and you can just cut strips like so. Okay. So let me put a little bit of shortening on there because it's not going to stick without. Actually, I want the one that's got the nice straight cut because that's going to be easier to cover. So let's get this covered first. So that's the bottom of his hoof first, and then this piece up here. This might be a little big. Come on, there we go. Wrap it around. This is the bottom, so I'm just going to cut it off because we don't need it on the bottom. And then we're going to cut this edge here. So let's get our palette knife and cut it right. Didn't quite cut it clean, but that's okay, we're blending it. Okay, so we just blend that right in. It's underneath, you're not gonna see it anyway, but you can blend it. That's a nice thing about this fondant. I'm using Fondex. It blends really well. So it just blends right in. And then this blends on, and there you have his little hoof. Okay, so we need to repeat that for this side, and then we're gonna attach them on. I'm going to cut this at a slant, remember, like we did the other one. Remember that? Okay, so I now have my slant. This is still actually wet. Try to get my fingerprint out of it. Okay, so same thing here. We're going to cover this. So those are his hooves, his back hooves. We can attach those now with frosting. And again, don't worry about any excess showing because we're going to have grass all around it. Okay, so right now I'm just gonna, I just did the hoofs the same way I did the other ones on his back feet. So I'm just putting royal icing on these and tilting them a little bit toward the cake, and toward the center. Okay. So toward the cake and towards the center. I think that's right. So there's his feet and his legs. we are ready to do his tail and the scenery around the base.